Drinking buddies, we have reached the end of Stag Madness. This has been a great tournament. This is the final round. Let's go.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies, for those of you who have been following along, I've been doing Stag Madness. We started with 16 different stags. That did include this George T stag here, and it did include this Benchmark Foolproof that I home aged for like 8 to 12 months. We do have a shelf component, we do have a unicorn component, and we have a bunch of allocated components as well. So this should be pretty fun. I did have my wife finally remove all of those sample bottles from here because some of them are probably empty at this point, so I didn't want to have any temptation to peek at them. So they are no longer up here. And we are going in for whatever this is, glass 1. Oh, we know that there is a GTS in here. Forgot to share that little detail. 2022's GTS got a bye week. We went ahead and moved it to the final round. Why? Well, I thought it'd be cool to definitely have a GTS in the final round, and also I only had an ounce, so it wouldn't make sense to be in 2 rounds, because if it won, I wouldn't have enough to use it again. So it's somewhere in here. There's 1 GTS in here. There's probably 2. This guy probably won the round. I think that first round might have been GTS, maybe. Maybe not, I don't know. I'm gonna nose these guys first, and then we're gonna go in for palate. I'm gonna do it a little different. So just off nose, these 3 are amazing, and these 2 a little less. But nose isn't everything. Palate and finish are much more important, I think. But yeah, this guy's got a little bit of a brown sugar and a cola thing. Subtle cherry. Okay, that's very good. It is drinking a little hot, but that is very, very good. Lots of flavor. There is cherry cola. There's a nice sweet tea thing here. This has got a little bit of a oak thing that's like, I want to say furniture polish, but not in a bad way. Oh, the notes I give sometimes. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. All right, last 2. Now this is a brighter nose. This is a, well, maybe not brighter. Maybe this is more like, this is like darker fruit, actually. This is like blackberries and raisins on the nose with some caramel. An oak. This is an oaky gal. Maybe this could this be a GTS off the nose purely because of that oak presence here? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh yeah. That's really good. A lot of cherry on this one. I know I'm probably gonna, these all should have a little bit of cherry, so I'm going to say cherry a lot. Sorry, but it's different versions of cherry. This is more medicinal cherry, whereas that one was more like candy cherry. Or cherry cola on that one. This is more like medicinal cherry. This has got a little bit of tobacco. Leather shoes, old books. I mean, it almost tastes like this is just this is an older version of this. So this is like this has got some more character on it than this. Like you didn't leave this one in the oven long enough compared to this one. You left this in just right. That makes sense. And this is also a pretty good nose. This one is the bright one. So this is like orange zest, honey, but a bourbon vanilla. Okay. That one's got some dankness to it. Smells like, tastes like a rick house. you've ever been in a rick house, it's a bunch of barrels aging, and there's all that wood, there's all that whiskey in there, and it's just kind of like a dank smell that's kind of a wet basement-y type vibes. That's what I'm getting off this guy. No noticeable cherry, no noticeable cola on this one. That's pretty weird. It's not exactly drinking like a stag to me. Now this is an exceptional nose. This is the one that jumped out at the initial flight of just being like a really nice nose. Yeah, this one's leather books and tobacco and sweet tea, bourbon vanilla. It's like really nice classic bourbon notes. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Man, out of 4 so far, I think these two are really standing out as being really good. This is really, really excellent. I mean, everything up here should be really excellent, but this is especially so. This is, man, this is complex. I got to go back in. This one's caramel and blackberry. This is medicinal cherry and cinnamon. Wow, some vanilla here, a little bit of oak, a little bit of like a wet tree stump type vibes. I know I've never tasted a wet tree stump, but I've smelled one, so. As they might have said in the 1930s, that's the cat's pajamas, that's the bee's knees. Oh, wow. And this nose is pretty special. This is caramel and like burned brown sugar, like molassesy, but also that some of those dank vibes that I was talking about in here, where it's like rick house and damp basement. And it's very desserty though. It's like a baked dessert of some kind, just like with drizzled in caramel and like molasses all over it. Oh, wow. Shut up. Shut up. Off initial palate, that is like, that's the best off the initial palate. But that could change. I'm going to go through these again. Some notes here. We got, did I give any notes? I don't even know if I did. That kind of kicked me in the head with awesome. They kicked me in the mouth with just amazing flavors. That's brown sugar, bourbon vanilla, like oaky things. Nice drying mouth, like tannic thing where it's drying my tongue out, but not in like an overpowering way. It's not over oaked. I'm not saying that. Medicinal cherry, cigar box. Yeah, a lot going on here. This is a really great pour. Are any of them, before we go through them again, these two are standing out as being slightly lesser than the front row, but that could change. I'm going to go through them again, and I'm going to rank them. I'll tell you which one's my favorite, which one's my least favorite. I'm going to be splitting hairs here because these three seem to be extremely special. Then we'll find out what our winners are, and I'll bring my wife in. Or, well, I got to bring my wife in here before we find out what the winners are because she's the one with the key. Anyway, drinking buddies, I'll be right back. All right, drinking buddies, so we're back. Nothing changed dramatically. 1 and 4 are standing out as being the lesser bottles up here after I went through them again. This is good. And I'm kind of divided on which one of these I definitely think it's this one is the weakest. So glass one, whatever's glass one, that's our weakest.
Okay, that was the bottle that had no sticker of 130.2.
130.2. Okay, no, that's a sticker.
Yeah, that one here. Yeah.
This?
Yep.
Okay, so 23A came in 5th place. And yeah, this is 5th place out of 17. So good job. I'm nervous I put one of the GTSs in 3rd place because this has got a lot of the like drying oak type things. This is really good, but it's my 4th place option. Wait. Yeah, 4th place.
Benchmark.
So that won a round.
Yes.
Wow. Drinking buddies, I swear, if you cannot find Stagg in your area, you need to get yourself a bottle of Benchmark Full Proof, drop a barrel spiral in there, forget about it for 8 months plus, and you will end up with something that is not just Stagg adjacent, it is Stagg killer, because it beat out 4 other Staggs. Well, 3 other Staggs to get to this round. And it was better than 23A. Wow. Yeah, it beat 4 Staggs to get here. That is awesome. Wow. These 3 in the front row, there are no losers here. That's what I want to say. Like, I'm splitting hairs with these 3. I'm telling you right now that whatever wins here and whatever quote unquote loses here, there's no losers. These 3 are some of the best whiskeys I've had in a long time. These 3 I find to be extra special, and I'm going to say my 3rd place is 3.
That is King George.
What is King George?
That's the George.
That's my George T. Stagg.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I was splitting hairs here. Like, if you gave me these 2 glasses today and tomorrow, I might prefer this one today. I might prefer this one tomorrow. So I am very curious what this one is because it is my 2nd place. I'm very torn here because I think this is the other GTS. And I don't think this is another GTS. I think this is a Stagg, and I think it's my favorite. But we'll move on. This is a GTS, and it is my 2nd favorite.
Yes.
It's the 2022?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wild. So my favorite. My absolute favorite.
That one is the Stagg SBS number 86, 139.9 proof.
That is the, wow. Okay, so this is our mystery single barrel select bottle. I actually have a fun story for this one. I mentioned that I was interested in the 139.9 Trevor's pick, which that sample was in here and got defeated at some point. And a friend mentioned, oh yeah, I have a 139.9, and I thought he was talking about that one from Trevor's. And so I traded him for it, and I got home and I looked at it and I go, this isn't the Trevor's pick. But anyway, I am very glad I made that trade because this won out over 2 GTS. It is 139.9 proof. We don't know where it came from. If anyone can find out where this came from in the comments, that would be awesome. We just know it's a single barrel select and it's barrel number 086. 139.9 proof. Now, normally they have their logo on a store pick. So this one's Total Wine, this one's Albertsons, this one's Fry's, etc. That thing is special. That thing is really special. All right, drinking buddies. So this was really fun. If you like this type of content and you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel and you'll see more. Like the video if you can before you go. That really helps out the channel. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. Apparently the best Stagg you can get is this random store pick that I don't even know where it came from. Not very helpful, but it just does tell you that sometimes a barrel pick can be GTS level. I mean, like I said, I was splitting hairs between those 3, but cheers, drinking buddies. Thanks for watching.